Welcome to Bones to Bulk, your source of information on how to gain lean muscle. My name is Brian Parody, and I will be your host today. And today we're going to be talking about building a solid routine and also when you should break off from that routine. So strap in and get ready for episode 010. Before we dive in, I just want to mention that not only do we have our nutrition courses on bonestobulk.com right now, but I've also just launched a free course. Yes, that's right, free. So if you are new to the fitness realm and want to get a solid foundation, head over to bonestobulk.com, click on the free course, get signed up, and build that foundation. All right, well, let's get started on today's message. So when we talk about routine, what is the first thing that comes to mind? Often we can associate routine with bad things. For instance, we're in the routine of going to work every day, or we get in a rut and routine and do the same thing day after day, week after week, month after month. Well, the routine I'm talking about is the routine that is going to set you up for success. If you listen to anything that I put out, I'm always talking about how routine kind of steps in when motivation is failing you. And so how do you build a solid routine? There's a lot of information out there. Well, if you do something for, I've heard 21 days or 30 days, then you develop that habit and you're good from there. But it's not quite that simple. I wish it was. So when you start out building a solid routine, it's very important that you do the same things every day. So for instance, let's say you decide to go to the gym first thing in the morning. That's just when it works out for you. So you get up early, you head to the gym before you go to work and all that. Do it every day if you're going to do it that way. Don't go one day in the morning, one day in the afternoon, one day at night, because here's what's going to happen. Your body doesn't get used to a routine. It doesn't know what's going on. It knows that one day we went at this time and one way we went at that time. And your body responds to that in a negative way because you're not building a routine. When we do something the same time every day, we get to where we're almost running on automatic mode. For instance, have you ever been driving home from work or from someplace late at night and you get home and you think to yourself, I don't even remember driving home. The reason for that is, you probably are coming from someplace that you've come all the time. For instance, directions. Let's say it's your first day at a new job or you're heading to an interview at a new job. You don't really know exactly where it's at, so you're using, the GPS on your phone and trying to figure out where to go. And for the first, depending on your route, if it's, quite a difficult route, it may take a couple days before you get used to the landmarks, the things that are along the route, what gas stations you pass, etc. But I guarantee you a couple months in, you don't even think about that stuff anymore. It takes you exactly X amount of time to get there. You take 2 lefts, 3 rights, and 1 other left. That you pass X, Y, and Z gas station on the corner of this street and this street. The point is, you get in a routine. You don't have to think about it anymore. That's the same thing we want to build when it comes to our fitness routines. You want to do it so solidly and for so long that you don't have to think, okay, I've got to go to the gym tomorrow at this time. You just immediately wake up and you're ready to go to the gym because it's that routine. You don't have to think about it because you're functioning from an automatic level. And that's the key to routine. That is why I say routine is so important, because whether you feel like it or not, it's ingrained in you. It's programmed in you to do that thing. For instance, I do a smoothie every morning, and the first thing I do after I drink a smoothie is, guess what? I make another smoothie for the next day. And usually it's while I'm drinking my morning smoothie. While I'm drinking it, I'm making tomorrow's. The reason for this is not only am I getting in the routine of drinking my smoothie at the same time every day, but I'm also getting in the routine of making tomorrow's and prepping the same time every day. So this is, again, key to building routine. You can't, expect to do something in a different time every day and still get in that program mode. In order to get in that automatic mode, you've got to keep it consistent day to day. That's why it's really important to figure out your times for everything. So, if it works out for the afternoon for your workouts, great. Go every afternoon. And especially the first, I say 2 months, It's so key to stay on track. As hard as it may be, no matter what life throws at you, I know things come up. Believe me, I've got kids, I've got a busy life. My wife and I both have crazy work schedules, and I know it's hard sometimes to maintain something, but you've got to make sure you do it for the first couple months, because that's laying the groundwork. That's laying the foundation for everything you're going to build upon. So do it at the same time. The same thing goes for your nutrition and your food. Regardless of, whether you think you should food prep or not, you should. Believe me. Nutrition is everything when it comes to fitness. I can't harp on that enough. And the key to staying on track with your nutrition is food preparation and setting things out ahead of time. So many clients that I work with, if I message them and I'm like, how's this week going? Or how's this day going? One of two things happens. Either A, it's going not good with their nutrition because they didn't prep, or it's going good with their nutrition because they did prep. I promise you, it's person after person, time after time. Prepping food sets you up for success. And the biggest key to prepping is, again, doing it the same time. You know your work schedule. Let's say you have every Saturday off, or maybe it's Monday. It doesn't really matter what day of the week you have off, but pick a day that you have off every week. If you have a rotating schedule, I get it. Maybe it's the first day after you get off your shift. So let's say, it varies. One week you get off on Tuesday and you're off Wednesday, Thursday, the next you're off Thursday and Friday. Pick that first day that you're off. It doesn't matter, what your schedule is, you can create a routine. That's what I'm trying to say through that. Pick your day that you're going to prep your food. Go to the grocery store, buy all your food, come straight home, cook it all, put it in containers, get it all ready for the week. Again, build this routine, keep this up for at least 2 months. It's so crucial. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of routine. Now, there is a caveat to this. Should you break your routine? And there are times when I believe you should break your routine. But before you get all excited and 2 weeks into your building your routine, you throw in the towel, let me explain. Your body is an amazing thing. And things that you used to not be able to do, if you do something over and over and repeat actions, then guess what? Your body's going to learn how to do that. It's kind of like, again, coming back to, driving to work, your work itself. The first couple of weeks you were at your job, you probably were stressed out about doing things right. You were worried if you were making mistakes, but a few months in, again, you start to go on autopilot. You know what you're doing. You have a routine. You have a way that you do it, and it becomes second nature. You don't have to think about it anymore. Well, our bodies are very much the same way when it comes to lifting weights and our routines in the gym. Our muscles get accustomed to the load we're putting them under. And when we keep that the same week after week after week, guess what? Our muscles will reach a point where they're no longer being stretched to where they can grow, because they've reached that point where the load you're putting them under isn't out of the ordinary. It's a normal thing for them. So they don't have to work harder, or you don't have to train your muscles harder, because it's become second nature for your muscles. So the key to this is making sure that you change up your routine enough. I talk a lot about microcycles and how you should change up your reps and the amount of weight you're doing each week. That's really important to do. Keeps your muscles guessing. This is important once you've been at it a while. Not the first couple months, don't even worry about that. But after you've been at it a while, start changing things up, work out a little longer, do a few more reps, do a little bit more weight. It's going to go far to increase your muscle gains. Well, thank you guys so much for listening. I hope this has helped. Regardless of what anybody has told you, regardless of what walls you've hit or obstacles you've had to overcome, you can accomplish your fitness goals. You've got this.